Hey everyone, how's it going? This is a hub puller I got a little while ago, and I've been meaning to do a video of it, but I wanted to try it out a few times, use it before I gave an opinion on it. And I've used it a few times, and I love it. It's fantastic. Um, in the past, for pulling hubs, I've used, the puller, beating on them with hammers, all sorts of different things. This thing is fantastic. Doesn't work great with all kinds of hubs, but for the most part it does. Now, before I even opened the box, it just came in a cardboard box. It didn't come in a blow molded case or anything, but it has a nice foam container inside. So what I did was I took the box. This is just an elastic cord that I put around to hold the box. Cut the end off the box, open it up like that, and I covered interior and exterior of the box in duct tape, and then I used this laminate roller for rolling it down, getting it all flat. It's just to make the box last longer. That's it. Nothing special or anything, but that was my plans for that. Okay. So as you see, like I said, it has a nice foam thing in there. And that's it. That's all there is to it. It's a simple device, simple machine, simple tool, and it works fantastic. First time you use it, take the thread, I don't know, what's this called? Screw, whatever. Lube it up. I just use this same old multi-purpose grease that I've had for about 30 years at least. That's how much I've used. I forget what I bought it for. It was for a wheel bearing or something in one of my cars years and years ago. Like, I think it was a Lada in the 80s that I bought that for. So yeah, that's at least 40 years old. So anyway, so what you do is you take this. Now, in this case, what we're working with, this has studs instead of, or it has wheel bolts instead of studs. So let's just take off these extra ones so you guys can see better. Now what this is, I don't have a knuckle or anything, so I've just got this hub clamped in the vise, which is simulating it. You can't pull that out. That isn't coming. You can beat on it with a hammer and it'll eventually come, but that's not the right way. So let's take these out. We're going to use these two. And what you want to do is, if this is the knuckle, we're going to use this flat part of the vise here as just say a flat part on the knuckle. There's always something on the knuckle you can pry on. Don't pry on ears, bolt ears or anything. You'll snap them. Find a good solid place to go. So what we do is, it comes with two of these, and they have a bit of a taper inside, so they work perfect with your tapered bolts. Let's start that one there. And it's slotted, as you can see, so it fits multiple wheels. I haven't found one it didn't fit yet. But again, I haven't used it a ton of times. Let's get that. Let's tighten those down. There we go. And that's what we want to do. Now this is, like I said, you lube it up first. This has a spring and a little ball in there, so when it's pushing, it can still turn without putting force on that. You know, it'll force it, but still turns on the bearing. So that's what I'm saying. You can turn it easier. The turning equates to more force, downward force, than it does fighting against the friction of the end turning on the flat spot. So yeah, get that like that. So yeah, I'll show you guys what I'm doing. So this thing is stepped, and it goes on the underside through here, bottom up. And this is also adjustable. This slides back and forth. Let's just tighten this up for now until we get resting on the flat spot that we're going for. Now, on an actual wheel, a knuckle and hub on a vehicle, you can pry on a couple places and get the hub off evenly. Pry a little bit on this side, go a little bit over here and lift until it comes out. I don't have that option because the only place I really have to pry on is the flat spot of the vise here. But it should come out anyway. We're going to go with an impact. You really should use a ratchet or a ratcheting wrench. Okay, so what this does is it pushes down on the screw, and a forcing screw, I believe that's what they're called, whatever. And then it just lifts this. In this case, it won't lift it straight because it's only pushing on one side, but it'll still come out. But make sure you grease the screw. And you see how it's turning? Holy cannoli, we wrecked the place. So there we go. So yeah, that got it out basically. That's all it does, is it forces things out. Now I got to pick that all up and hopefully didn't lose anything. All right, everybody, sorry I'm back. I just had to get my flashlight out and go on the floor and look for it. What's in here is, it's hollow in the end. There's your little ball bearing. Goes in, rests on the bottom. This goes in. It's got a divot on the end that fits the ball. There is a O-ring in here that kind of seals it and provides it's like a shock, basically. And when it bottoms out, it hits the ball and is still able to turn. So that's how she works. And it works excellent. Like really, I'm super pleased with it. It saves a lot of time doing wheel bearings. Back in there, put that back in there, foam over top, close the lid. The elastic band over it. Now, if you don't have one of these elastics, you can just take a pair of your old gaunch and just cut the elastic off. That ought to work good. It's pretty solid. It's a fairly heavy tool, but this box with all the tape on it, it's pretty solid. Around the edges of the box, I did about 3 layers of tape. Plus, it's overlapped everywhere, so there's probably 3 layers of tape on the whole thing. So there you go. Any questions or comments, leave them down below. Thanks for watching.